Montreal Canadiens defeated the Buffalo Sabres last night in a wild Game 5. They now have a 3-2 series lead, so let's discuss and break down this game. Just 2 minutes into the first period, Jack Quinn takes a shot from the top of the left circle. It deflects off of Jason Zucker and off a Montreal defender and into the net, and this would kick off a chaotic first period. A few minutes later, Connor Timmins tries to center for Josh Norris to break up the puck. However, Norris wasn't really paying attention. Turns it over, Slafkovsky gets it to Suzuki. He doesn't shoot, shows really great patience, and slides it backdoor for Cole Caulfield, who taps it in. Caulfield has goals in 3 straight games, and the Canadiens have tied the game, the first 5-on-5 goal for this line in the entire postseason. Just over a minute later, the Sabres work it around in the offensive zone. Josh Doan takes a one-timer from the top of the circle again. Traffic out front, and Dobeš can't see it. Perfectly placed shot just inside the far post, and it's 2-1 Buffalo. And right off the face-off, Montreal dumps the puck in. Deneau works it up top for Carrier. He puts it on goal, and it deflects off the skate of Texier into the net. And the Canadiens get this game evened up in a matter of just 12 seconds. A few minutes later, Constellanius works it into the zone, hesitates a bit, then puts it on, and it ends up sneaking by Dobeš 5-hole. Definitely one he would want back. First career Stanley Cup playoff goal for Helenius. He's been excellent for Buffalo since being inserted into the lineup. 3 goals on the first 4 shots of the game for Buffalo, and the camera points right to the coach Marty St. Louis. And he stated after the game that they radioed up to the goaltending coach Marco Marciano, who's done a really excellent job since being hired as the interim goalie coach. And he told them to leave Dobeš in, which in my opinion was definitely the right call, not just because of how the game ended up playing out, but Dobeš has been a battler throughout his entire career, and in these playoffs especially. He may let in some early goals, but he usually locks it down after that. And so after a chaotic first period, the Sabres take a 3-2 lead into intermission. Early on in the second, the Sabres pressured early. Tage Thompson was shut down on a breakaway by Dobeš. And eventually, off an offensive zone faceoff, Deneau wins it up to Hudson. They run a set play. Hudson goes down the wall and feeds it across for Anderson, who basically has a tap in, and the Canadiens tie the game. Montreal really built momentum here. Carrier fed Demidov a glorious chance, but Luukkonen made an incredible save stretching out to rob Demidov. Shortly after, Demidov made a really nice agile move and got the shot away. It snuck by Luukkonen, and it was sitting on the goal line for Jake Evans to put home, and Montreal takes a 4-3 lead. Just over a minute later, Tage Thompson took a really dumb penalty. He just cross-checked Jake Evans in the face. And shortly after, Montreal wins the face-off. Slafkovsky wins a battle against Power. With one hand on the stick, he centers for Suzuki, and he places it perfectly just under the far pad of Luukkonen to make it 5-3 Canadiens. The Sabres put Lyon in to start the third period. Rasmus Dahlin took a cross-checking penalty, and on the power play, Montreal wins a loose puck battle at the point. They work it down low. Slafkovsky centers for Demidov, and he absolutely rips this thing top right corner for his first career NHL Stanley Cup playoff goal. He had such an amazing game. He deserved that goal so much. I think he's been one of Montreal's best creators offensively, and it's very nice to see him get rewarded there. Marty St. Louis taps him on the bench. Everyone was so happy for him. And Montreal would hold on. I actually didn't realize, but the shots were 20-3 in favor of the Sabres in the third period. And yeah, they had like 5 or 6 minutes with an empty net there as well. But very nice to see Jakub Dobeš with the bounce back there. He made 32 straight saves after that pretty disastrous start, and he's now 5-0 after a loss in these playoffs. And if you look at the advanced numbers, Buffalo was better on the whole game, but it really was that third period that boosted it while they were down. What a night for this Canadiens offense. Suzuki with 3 points, same as Slafkovsky. Demidov had 2. Caulfield got on the board. Phil Deneau with a couple assists as well. The depth has been stepping up, and now the top guys are starting to get going as well here for Montreal. And that's very scary for Buffalo, as their top guys have not been very good when you're looking at Tuck and Thompson. It's really been Benson and Doan who've been carrying this team offensively wise. So let me know what you thought of this game. Montreal, they have a chance to knock out Buffalo at the Bell Center on a Saturday night. You already know that's going to be an amazing atmosphere. I'm jealous of anyone who's going to be in the building, and hopefully the Montreal Canadiens can close it out, which is something that they failed to do against Tampa last series. So thank you for watching, and I'll see you in the next one.